The women praying the Taraweeh prayer and the other prayers, that's something that's good for them to do, and especially praying in the masjid. The reason for that is when you have societies like over here in America where it's a kufr environment, then people that have to be attached to the masjid. If they're not attached to the masjid, then what happens is that leads on the path of going astray and leaving the fold of Islam and going to the hellfire. So it's incumbent on everybody to hold on to the faith of Islam. And the way that people they do that here is being with the community of Muslims, being around Muslims, and being in the masjid. So that's the first and foremost thing. Now, what happens is the reason that the women that the Deen and Prophet Muhammad discouraged them from going to the masjid is because they don't become a temptation for the other people there. If they go there and other people stare at them, and so that's why Rasulullah he said that not to be a temptation, then it's better for them to pray at the home. So that's the thing to bear in mind, that if the woman goes in a masjid, that she should not be a temptation for the men. And usually most massages for the women, they have a place that's a separate area for the women, and the men can't stare at her. So then hopefully that would resolve that issue. So that's the case, and for the women to pray in the masjid, that's what the ulama they said in Mecca and Medina, that they can go there and pray the Taraweeh, just not to perfume herself and beautify herself, and so that all the men stare at her. That's not appropriate. And then also keep in mind that the prohibition is because a woman is not a temptation for the men, but then it should not be an excuse for the women to go every place else, like to the mall and to shopping, and say, oh, I'm not going to go to the masjid because it's better for women to pray at home. That's not appropriate to say that. Definitely the masjid is the best place on the earth. So the women, they should go to the masjid instead of, rather than make excuses not to go to the masjid and go to every other place. And that's something to bear in mind, that people that have to hold on to the faith, they have to stay as Muslim and enter the Jannah. And that's incumbent on a person to do that for the rest of their life, to enter the Jannah. Otherwise, if they leave the faith, then that's it. They're going to be in the hellfire, wa na'udhu billah. May peace and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best, and may peace and blessings be upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.